aboard, folks. It's Morgoth the Barbarian here. Welcome to the 12th episode of our Railroad Tycoon 2 North American Let's Play. Folks, I gotta be honest with you, I am not very happy right now. Wanna know why? That's why! Look at that! What in the heck happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. This happened, as well as a labor strike. So the whole game just basically crashed the economy. We are in the worst economic state you can imagine, and that explains how we lost tons of money. As well as the fact that we're 45 million in the hole. I'm probably going to have to fix that somehow. Who knows, maybe I'll get a government bailout and get lucky or something, I don't know. But yeah, we gotta fix this, folks. We gotta fix this, and yeah, that's basically the bulk of what I'm gonna be doing today. So, you know what buttons to hit, and let's start fixing this disaster, shall we? All right. So the first question: how the hell did I lose 41 million? Well, here's your answer. Obviously, with the economy in depression, freight revenue just crashed through the floor. Passengers have been doing okay, but yeah, everything just fell off a cliff. And then engine maintenance, yeah, it's just the weight of everything just crashing down on us. It's just madness. I mean, interest didn't help either. That's a result of our cash going in the opposite direction. And then, of course, the labor costs went up. So the long story short is, yeah, we fell off. Everything just fell off a cliff. This is about when the labor costs went up too, by the way. So that might explain the spike in there. If we can, the good news here is that we can't get fired because I own every single share. So the shareholders can't revolt against me. So before we encounter a situation from last playthrough, no, that won't happen unless I start issuing stock and then the shareholders start a revolt somehow. But even then, I own the controlling interest, so they should be fine there. So what to do? Well, normally in the past, I would go through each train here and see what we're dealing with. And then cut the bad ones. I don't think it takes very long to see a disturbing pattern, as in, it doesn't matter what we're doing here. Yeah, I mean, 53 trains deep, and I only think I saw just one that was okay, but everybody else is in the negative. So really, this depends on two things here. Fixing this profitability situation requires the economy and this labor strike to get better. But also, maybe we need to replace our trains, but since I have no money, for right now at least, we're going to do the full-blown reset option here. Because I was trying to peek at the station demand too, off camera, before I hit go. It looks like it could use a slight reset in some regards, but for the most part, maybe we can have more passengers and stuff. But yeah, we basically need to reset the whole thing here. So, first order of business, I am going to retire every single train in our arsenal here. We have 372 trains. Well, guess what? That's about to get dropped all the way to 0 here. So, yeah, not good. So, give me 1 minute to get all these trains retired here. We are about to take a huge loss, but all things considered, I don't care. So, hold on. Well, we started with 300 some odd trains, and then there were 5. And the only reason these exist is because they're broken down and I can't retire them. But I also have some other good news. The government gave me a bailout! Yay! I don't know how they did it or why, but you know what? Something about helping them with the world war effort or something. I guess there's some world war going on right now, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. Thanks, random game government that I've never met. All right. All right, so now we retired the majority of our trains here, so I'm going to slowly start rebuilding them. But first, so I think how I'm going to do this, we're going to start with passenger service and then go on a region by region tour for our freight service. So that's basically how I'm going to rebuild this out. I know that looks like an ugly loss, but that's what happens when we retire trains. So let's start over here first. Obviously, all of our trains are crashed out at the moment, so I have to let the game go. Whichever one comes off a breakdown first, I'll pay attention to that. Bingo. Alright, this one decided to come off of a breakdown first. So this one's all the way out in the west coast here, so I think I'm going to convert this into a passenger line. So the way I'm going to do this for all of it is essentially 3 passengers, a dining, and 2 mails. That'll work. And then have it go to Seattle, Portland, Boise, Salt Lake City, and then back. We'll make this the Northwest. Now, I'm going to replace all these models, too. I think there's logically 2 options here. The Streamliner or the Daylight. It really depends on if there's very many hills. In this case, since there's a lot of hills, the Daylight it is. So, congratulations. You get to be a brand new train now. So that train is now en route. Okay, this train out in the Midwest, the mountainous region, is now doing its thing. So we'll send it to San Francisco. This will be for the West Coast. And this should work. And you also will become a Daylight. Alright. This train just came online. Oh, that's a good place to start, Mexico City. We'll have this be a Mexican-based train. Guadalajara. I'll try to focus mostly on cities here, but I might not have a choice. Like, that should work, and because there's a slight hill, you get to become a Daylight. You're ready. I will send this to the Gulf Coast region. I guess you'll start in Nuevo Laredo. Let's see. That should work, and because you're over flat land, you'll be a Streamliner. And I guess we're waiting for one more train in Florida. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We need that. And speaking of needing, this one just came online, too. You're gonna go to Caribbean, because I don't feel like, we're doing another train down there. So let's see. Sure, we'll do that. And I believe there's some hills in that area, so you get to go there. So those trains will go to their destination shortly. In the meantime, now let's start bringing about our passenger network here. So I'm going to make it starting in the northeast and going around here. So we'll start in Moncton, since there's hills. Get this one started in Halifax. I'm going to prioritize cities, too. I'll know which ones are which. So that's not a city, so we'll do it anyways. So that should start us off. We'll do a Streamliner from Boston. This will go all the way down to Atlanta and back. I guess we can do another Streamliner, have this start in Quebec, but this one will go to Detroit and then Chicago. So just the major Midwest cities. Okay. I'll have another one start in New York City here. Same route. Big cities. With a stop in Raleigh and Columbia, too. There we go. That one's all set. I want one from Chicago to New York City. We got to go over the Appalachians, so Dreamliner it is. We'll go on the southern route here. There we go. And then we'll do one from Washington. And this one will go north. Eventually land in Chicago as well. Okay, so that's all set. Let's go a little slower. Any other major ones? Let's do one in the south here. Okay, Atlanta gets to start us off. Tupelo's not big enough. All right, that works. We'll have one go east from Jacksonville. Actually, we'll start it in Miami here. We'll have it go all the way to San Antonio and then slowly work its way back. All right. Let's see, anything else? We'll probably do another one here in Texas. We'll do one in Houston. We'll do just the Texas cities and Oklahoma City too. Alright, that works. Alright, let's see. We gotta do one in the center of the country here. The same... Well, we'll do it started in Denver. I want it to be Denver to Houston here. That should work. Okay, we got that set up. Alright, under some hills in between. That should be okay, though. Alright, we got one finally arriving. Yay. We already got one out that way. Alright. Midwest. Let's go to Minneapolis. That should work. We'll have one go further west here. That should work. I'm not afraid to do large distances either, since, you know, our trains are going a lot faster now. That should work. Alright, I know. Let's see, we'll do one out in central Canada here. Okay, we got that one established. We'll do a daylight from Edmonton down. Okay, we got that. Another Vancouver start. all set up. Okay. Feel like we could just use one here for California. So Phoenix. There we go. Alright, we can't forget about another Mexican one, so... Okay, that should work. About one over here. This should be mostly flat, so... And then this isn't as flat, so... I'll head all the way to the south here. And I think we need one more. This one's going to start somewhere else. Detroit. There we go. All right. And then we'll do one in Canada here. From Toronto. All right, there we go. We got to do one around New York here. And then we'll do one last one from Montreal down the coast. Alright. So it looks like... We got 29 passenger routes. Is that enough? I think we got everything hit up that I wanted to go to, really. New speed record. I love it. Oh, that train's going across. Okay. We could do a Caribbean one. Sure. That works. All right. Got another one here. So that one's all set. If there's some really fast trains, we'll... Oh, wow, big boys. Now, this one's actually really good for hills, as I'm looking at it right now. But it's a little too late. Alright. So now, we've got our passenger trains all set up. Let's see if it helps. So we're going to go for the rest of the year here. See if it helps us out a little bit. We shouldn't have anything crash. Oh. This one doesn't have any sand. I don't know. Oh, because it has to go all the way to Vancouver. Okay. There we go. We'll fix that a little bit. If I recall, I don't think I can fix this. No. Alright. We whittled it down to 33 million. Nice. So their plan kind of worked, even though revenue went all downhill. But the important thing is our loss is finally stemmed, as I'm looking at this right now. There we go. Passengers are back. Yeah, our car maintenance and fuel went down. I think engine maintenance is still going to be elevated until the strike ends, but that could be because we bought more expensive trains, so it is what it is. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do this as kind of a point-by-point basis. So right now, for instance, I'm just going to focus on anything on a year-by-year basis from, say, the northeast part of the map all the way down to, say, Buffalo, this line, and west of the Appalachians, and anything north of Norfolk. So we'll do it on a region-by-region basis so it doesn't become too complicated here. So as I'm looking at this right now, I'm going to go slowly as I can. Let's see, we got grain over there, we got one in Portland. Okay. I'll try to spread this out as best I can here. So now we're going to focus on all this. And the game should be able to reset all the prices here for us. We don't really need this station anymore. We can just send it to Moncton and be done with it. Speaking of Moncton, we'll send it there. If I can, maybe I'll expand some of our stations here. So, for instance, didn't work. That's okay. It's okay. If it doesn't work out, so be it. Oh, we got a lot of gravel coming from Campbellton's area, so we'll do that. And I guess since there's now a lot of hills, we could, well, it won't be cheap. I don't want to overdo it either, otherwise we're going to be in trouble there. Alright. Let's build free out of Campbellton Place. Let's see. I know there was one in Buffalo. Yeah, two in Buffalo. Okay, so that works. So those gravel pits are now working for us. Okay. Can I expand this one in Halifax? Oh, yeah. Alright, so we'll give it that. We got a small dairy farm over here. It's not really doing anything for us. Okay, that's unfortunate. So was that, but that's besides the point. Let's see. For lumber, if I could, can I prioritize anything that has both? But if there's only one, I don't mind. We'll do one from Hartford. And we'll do the one in Philly, I guess. Boston for right now. All right. See, we got all this aluminum. We can definitely do some stuff with it. Oh, I got it. I got an idea here. Good one, too. Send it to Philadelphia. It's going to pump out aluminum, but the produce is going to get dropped off, and then New York City will give us all of our food. It should work. That should work, as far as I can tell. That way we can do something with the aluminum there. As well as our produce as well. Anything else? I know we've got the iron mine up here that's not really doing anything, but I've got a new plan for that. Our coal mine over here disappeared. Well, that is unfortunate. That was kind of critical, too, to our steel infrastructure, but now it's gone, so I'm just going to get rid of this. Alright. Now, that was unfortunate. I kind of could have used that, but here we are. Alright, well, we'll avoid the south for right now. We could do something with the steel here, I suppose. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, this is very simple. This is like the easiest one we can do. Oh, Philly doesn't even have one. What am I doing? I'd have to send it to Washington. Or NYC. Yeah, NYC. So I would like to upgrade this if I can. Okay, there we go. I have to give it that. Oh, I didn't even build this one out. What was I doing? Thinking. Okay. Send it to NYC instead, and then Hartford. Okay, that helped. That works. My plan, if you will, is to just make the coal and iron kind of separate. So that way we can do some more stuff with it. I also would like to do something with the auto plants, too. It's a little tricky, all things considered. So, let's see. You know what? I'm going to change... I changed my mind on this one. I would send it to Hartford, but I think I have a better idea here. I'm going to send it to Atlanta with the hope of getting some autos. And as long as Richmond can demand them, which they do, this will work. There we go. Which means, and I notice kind of going, well, it's in Pittsburgh, okay. As long as a city like Buffalo can provide it. I can't. Alright, Toronto it is. Fine. We'll do it from Toronto. That's fine. There we go. That should work. Not exactly how I wanted to draw it up, but close enough, I guess. Alright, and then the bauxite, we've already taken care of that. We've already... I don't think I can extend that one. Okay, well, that stinks. Alright, so Norfolk, as I said, is as far south as I'm going. that one. Sucks we can't reach that, but oh well. Alright, and I think I got everything up there with the lone exception of the steel. So my new plan was just to separate the coal and iron trains. It's a little bit too complicated with the distance, especially with all the iron being up here in the north and all the coal being essentially in Appalachia, which is a little bit frustrating, but so be it. What I want to do is from the Campbellton steel mill, we can send it to Boston. And then that one can go to, I guess, Hartford then. Or Bangor. Alright. Good. Put it back on track, please. I need it. Alright. That right there was essentially my plan. No, not Campbellton Place, the actual town itself, silly game. And then I need a coal going, so probably from... Well, take your pick. Let's say this one here in Pittsburgh. And then... there's an auto plan in Norfolk, but I can't reach it. We could do the one in Indianapolis. We were feeding that one. I know this is kind of goes outside of the order of things, but so be it. And then I'll send it to Pittsburgh. Which means we need a new tire facility pronto, and I say it goes through Milwaukee. And there's one in Fort Wayne we could use. All right, excellent. Again, this kind of goes out of order, but you know what? So be it. Whatever helps, I guess. Get some automobiles going. Get some cars. Something along those lines. Alright, back to our original location. We're way out of our network. Let's see. The milk really isn't supplying it quick enough, so there's that. Send the grain to either Albany or Quebec. I'll send it to Albany here. Yeah, Albany works. That works. Okay. And a couple cattle trains over here. Well, just one. That should work. Let's see. You can't do anything. We're not ready to go west of the Appalachians just yet. Anything else? We got more bauxite we could utilize. Okay. About Philly to Albany. Okay. That should work. Alright, we're slowly rebuilding back. We got 48 trains. Excellent. See, it's all coming together here. It's just going to take a little while for everything to rebuild. Which is a royal pain in my you-know-what, but so be it. We got bauxite down here that's not being used. We can send it to Bangor. Okay, that works. Gotta take advantage of this bauxite over here. Does Philly have a bakery? No, not really. Okay, I was just gonna say. Funny part is Hartford does. Yeah, that would cause it too complicated. We've already got one tabbed for it, so I'm not gonna overdo it. Anything else east of the Appalachians? Because I am about to move on. I am about to move on here. Oh, we do. Oh, look at this. Is this both? Ah, not quite. Send the paper to Bangor and the lumber to whatever. Oh no, send it to Buffalo. What am I doing? Buffalo needs both. Buffalo can take both, excuse me. Buffalo's kind of a unique city where it can actually grab both at the same time. You know what? Shortcut. If I can. Ooh. Alright, fine, we'll do it. I don't know how I wanted to pull that off, but so be it. There we go. Alright. Oh, baby, look at that! It didn't take very long for us to be back in the green, but we are back, baby! Yeah! Oh, we're back. It only took like one major reset, but we are back. Almost. Okay, so profitability is now back. The game is calming down. The economy has gotten better. We still got a labor strike to deal with. So there is that issue, but I'm not going to worry about the labor strike. That'll end when it ends. Okay, there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, so we've basically hit up all of the East Coast here. Now, is there anything else that we could do? This is kind of a last call before I move south. I know, there's not much milk demand, which stinks. Alright. Well, there's one more log thing we can do. I didn't even see that. We could also send that to Buffalo too, I suppose, since Buffalo has both. And then send it back to like Montreal or Quebec. It's this one. Montreal it is. Alright. So we can either go to the Midwest or to the South. I'm gonna go south now. So basically anything south of the Ohio River up to, say, right about here. And anything basically east of Atlanta. So, like Richmond and Atlanta and all this whole area up to Florida. We will not go south to the Caribbean. So basically all of this now is now what we can... is up for additional, you know, stuff. Alright, so one thing I see right off the bat I want to do. Let me see if it'll let me do it. Oh, that's nice. Good, 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 good. Alright. So we'll start in Myrtle Beach, ironically enough. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I'm not going to worry about industry purchases right away. Might as well, since this is literally the only passenger train here. So you're going to have to ride with the cattle. Oh no, how terrible. I suppose if I wanted to, we'll do this too. Get this grain. I'll put telephone poles in. Send the grain to Washington here. Food, excuse me. Okay. Can't do anything with the produce, so if we snake southward here... We got plenty over there. A lot of logs in Savannah. Okay, that's good to know. We'll deal with the grain first in Savannah. It's flat here, so we can use the Dreamliner. Okay, that's all set. Now look at this. Atlanta has both. Woo-hoo-hoo. I love that. Make this, and Columbia has both. Oh, here we go. Can Jacksonville take the? That's kind of what I thought, is that it can't take both, but you know what? So be it. We do the. Ah, perfect. Oh, this will work out brilliantly. Oh, no. What if I Columbia... What? I thought you had a lumber thing. Hold on. Did you lie to me? You did. Okay. It's in Knoxville. Oh. What? No, it's in Montgomery. It's in Montgomery. You're hiding on me. Oh, the game is tricking me. No. Yes, we'll send it to Columbia since they demand both. Since I already got one train going to Atlanta. Yeah, alright. Perfect. Game was punking me out there. Alright. We'll do an additional lumber train over to Knoxville. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Got another one down here, so I'll send this to Mobile? Holy moly, Mobile. What are we doing? Look at all this. My goodness. Please tell me there's a lumber mill over here that I could use. No, there isn't. Ah. I mean, there's one in Baton Rouge. Oh, here we go. Okay, now that we're picking up steam here. We could send it to there. Alright. This should work. Okay, that's good. We got plenty of sugar production over here, so we can supply our bakeries. There's one in Jacksonville and one in Tampa I'd like to take advantage of. Okay, we'll do that. Wait, Tampa has that. Alright, that's... This should work. I had to think about that for a minute. Actually, Miami's probably a better spot because it has a port and they demand food. Okay, that'll work. And then Tampa and Jacksonville. There we go. We got that rolling. Oh wow, nice. We have one up here, too. We can send that... Yes! Labor strike is over! Oh, thank God. Okay. That helps a ton. Seriously, that really, really helps now. That'll help a lot. I know, I said we weren't going east, but so be it. West, excuse me. So I know what direction is which. As I was alluding to, there's no bauxite mine over here, aluminum mine, so I can't really do anything with the bauxite over here, or the rubber without a tire factory too, so we're kind of stalled out. Alright, nothing else over here. Okay, so let's see. Knoxville has a ton of coal, but without any iron mines. We're gonna bypass that for just a minute. I know there's one in Richmond, but that's literally the only one we got. And that one's kind of busy doing its own little thing here, so. Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Alright, never mind. Well, actually, we can resupply it, sure. Send it to the one in Indianapolis here. Is there one in Pittsburgh? No. There should be one in Columbus. Okay, that'll work. Okay. And then we'll do the one in Norfolk. Okay. I know this is a little out of order, but so be it. There we go. We got that rolling. Anything else? I know Knoxville has a ton of coal here, but there's nothing I can do. Not without any additional iron trains. See, I said we were going to Montgomery as well. Alright, we'll do that. Oop, no! So that's done. Ooh, that looks shiny. Ah, we got diesel trains incoming. All right. We're getting to that era. I still need to electrify my track, not for nothing, but we're not even close to that point. I'm sorry to say. We haven't had one of those in a while. That's nice. Is there anything else? I feel like there is. Yeah, I know there's a lot of bauxite, but there's nothing we can do about it. Alright, actually there is something I'm going to do about it. Alright. We'll save that for when we go to the Midwest. Alright. So now that we've gotten the South taken care of... Really? We're going to rob me? Okay. You're going to pay for that, robbers. Speaking of which, let's go down here. Now, there's nothing we can do with the oil. First off, I don't even see it. Second off, there's nothing we can do with the diesel to begin with. Not with an electric plant. So let's just go to the rest of the South. So, basically, Houston East. Houston to Mobile. Okay, nothing we can do there. Lake Charles has a ton of stuff that I'm not even using it for, and that's kind of a shame, too. Oh, okay, so we're going to do that. Now, hold on for a minute. We've since gotten some changes. Oh, poor reliability. Okay, so we're better off using the FA3A plus B just because of the reliability. Yeah, same, little less speed, but it's a lot more reliable, so this may be worth it. So we're going to start utilizing these diesels. We'll keep whatever we've got for right now. But this is going to be my preferred flat train of choice here. My goodness, that is just a lot of industry. Houston also has something like that too, so... And I want to spread this out here, and I saw New Orleans had a port. So preferably we could use that. I want to send one to... If we can upgrade the station at Jackson, this would help. Oh, yes, it worked. It worked. Now we're cooking here. And we'll send that to Baton Rouge, Houston. And then we'll do one more cotton. And we'll just make this a straight shot, so probably Baton Rouge or New Orleans. Yeah. We'll send it to New Orleans. So this will just be cotton separately. And then we'll send it to San Antonio here. So we'll sneak into Texas a little bit. Okay, so that's all good. I'm going to claim this since it's here. So that's our new one. I think there's one over here. Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, we can send it to Houston. That wasn't part of the itinerary, but we'll take it. There should be one in Mobile, so this will work out perfectly. Just drop it off in Lake Charles here. I'm not going to send in anything else. There's no need to. Well, maybe not so fast. No. Right, because then I'd have to add it to this. All right. That's true. All right, we'll just leave it blank. That's fine. I don't mind leaving it blank. Then I could do the same thing from San Antonio. On second thought, never mind. We'll save that one for later. All right. Anything else? So we let 1945 go. All right, we've got plenty of cattle and cotton over here, so how about Jackson to either Houston or Mobile? Okay, so that's fine. If we could upgrade Tupelo Station, that should help. Oh, there we go. We'll give them the fixings here. Yeah, that works. As long as there's one in Birmingham, we're good, which there is. Okay. There we go. I mentioned the coal from earlier. We're still not going to do anything with it. Oh, there we go. Nice. So from Lexington, we now got cattle. There's something in Memphis for us, so that'll work. Okay, that works. We'll hold off on the coal for right now, like I said. Anything else that I missed? Well, Memphis has cotton, and Nashville has a thing. Oh, that works. Okay. Let's see. Columbus has one. I'm going to drop it off in Nashville. Go. Anything else that I missed other than the coal? I know there's a grain thing over there that doesn't count. Nice try. Here we go. So does Jackson have both? Yes. Okay, this should be really easy. And Yeah, that'll work. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Let's see. Let's upgrade this one a little bit. Why did I put all of that there? What the heck? Okay, that is a little bit of an error on my behalf, I guess. Oops. It's okay. Could be worse. Oh, we'll send it to St. Louis. I have done dumber things in this game. There we go. Shreveport has nothing. We've got that. I suppose we could go over here. We could send it to Jackson and actually do something sneaky. Do it too. All right. If there is any available, we can certainly do it. But if not, I'm not going to worry about it. Send the other to Baton Rouge. And finally, okay. That works. Anything else? I know we've got a lot of bauxite, but again, no aluminum mine in the south, so that doesn't help us at all. Okay. I'll explain what we're doing in the next episode with the coal and stuff. But let's see what has happened since. I'm going to let the year go through. All right, this is looking great. Revenue is slowly going back to normal. Our profits have never been better. And our net wealth has never been better either. I know I'm not giving myself any bit of a dividend either. I could give ourselves a slight one. No more than 50 cents here. I mean... You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Give us some cash out. All right. We'll keep George Pullman, and we'll save the game, and there we go. All right. So we're slowly moving along here. We got our train network reestablished in the east and southeast here. So we're going to slowly spend the next episode or two trying to get everything back on track. No pun intended. So we'll go to the Midwest. I have plans for my iron and steel mills and stuff. Then we'll move over to Canada, the Great Plains, Mexico. I think we've already, and yeah, we got one stop in the Caribbean, and then the West Coast, and then everything should be fine, and then hopefully that's enough to get us back to where we are. And then it's just a matter of letting the game ride itself out, and hopefully nothing really crashes in the process. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to hit the usual buttons, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace out, y'all.